Hello, welcome to our video about paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is when you put ideas from other texts, especially books and articles that we've read in class, into your own words. To use your own words, you need to use different vocabulary and sentence structure than the original text, but you need to communicate the same meaning. In this video, I'll give you some strategies to help you paraphrase naturally. How can you paraphrase? The first step in the process is to mind the reading. Look in your reading for an idea that supports an idea that you already have in your paper or essay. Next, read the text, the article again. Take notes about the main idea and details in the part of the article that you're going to use. Close your book. Use only your notes to write the main idea or the detail in your own words. Open the book again. Compare what you have written to the original text. Make sure they are not too similar. Revise if necessary. Finally, when you add a paraphrase to your essay, you will need to add an in-text citation. Citation is addressed in a different video, and your teacher also provides you some resources for it in class. Paraphrasing might sound easy, but it's really not. However, here are some helpful strategies that will help you learn to paraphrase. Usually when you paraphrase, you need to use not just one of these strategies, but several of them in order to create a paragraph. When you paraphrase, you need to use not just one strategy, but several of them to create an excellent paraphrase. The first strategy is to change the word order by using a new subject. So let's look at this sentence here. The original sentence from our article is, once the language of the world's elite, French now ranks as only the 8th most spoken language in the world, and its influence is clearly receding. So this sentence is talking about French, how French in the past was the language for elite people in the world. If you don't know the meaning of the word elite, you could look it up, okay? But now, in the past, it was the language for the elite. Now it is only the 8th most spoken language in the world, and its influence is receding. Again, if you're not sure of the meaning of receding, you might need to look it up, or you can use the synonym checker to look for some examples, like disappearing or declining. Okay, so in this strategy, we're going to choose a new subject for our paraphrase, and a great way to do that is choose the end of the original sentence. Its influence is clearly receding. So I'm going to change the order by making this part, the last part, be the first. So I changed to the popularity of French is decreasing. So you can see the popularity is a synonym for influence. Decreasing is a synonym for receding. So the popularity of French is decreasing. So now I changed the word order by putting this part of the sentence at the beginning of my paraphrase. So that helps us to change the focus of which information we are stressing. Okay? I paraphrase the rest of the quote as follows. It used to be the language of the wealthy. So that corresponds to once the language of the world's elite means wealthy, French now ranks as only the 8th most spoken language in the world. I change this to now is number 8 on the list of most spoken languages. So you can see how by changing the sentence order, the order of the clauses, and choosing a new subject helps us create an effective paraphrase. Let's look at another strategy. The next strategy is to change the parts of speech in the original. So here's our original sentence. English is conquering the world, and it would be foolish to resist an inevitable evolution. So here we chose the word resist, which is a verb. We changed it to resistance, a noun. Okay? We had the word inevitable, which is an adjective, and we changed it to inevitably, an adverb. So in this sentence, we changed English is conquering the world. We changed to English will inevitably become the dominant language. So dominant is related, a synonym and a different word form for conquering, right? So resistance is pointless. So here we have it's foolish, means silly or pointless to resist. Okay, so sometimes by changing the parts of speech, we can create a good paraphrase. Of course, you also need to change the sentence structure when you change the parts of speech. Let's look at another strategy. The next strategy is use synonyms. So the original sentence we have few countries guard their linguistic heritage as jealously as France and defend it so vigorously from foreign threats, such as the growing worldwide influence of English. So one strategy that you can use if you're using Microsoft Word would be to highlight a word, right-click it, and go to synonyms. Let's look at these synonyms. Okay? Please notice, in this sentence, few countries guard their linguistic heritage. What part of speech is guard? Hopefully you said it's a verb. The synonyms, it gives us our nouns. So this is probably not an effective way to use in this case. So we would need to either use the online thesaurus and find the verb forms, okay, here, which are here. So here we see the word protect, which is similar to guard. Okay, linguistic heritage is a similar way to say language. This one is kind of a fancier way, and this is a simpler way, which is fine to use in your paraphrase. Okay, we could also use the word vigorous, and we could choose a synonym for vigorous, like carefully. Okay, so here we have France protects its language very carefully from other languages like English. Okay? Okay, the last strategy we're going to discuss is using different connecting words. So in our original sentence here, we had the connecting word in order to. In order to attract more foreign students, French universities would have to start offering courses taught in English. So instead of using in order to, I used the connecting word if in my paraphrase. So if French universities had English language courses, more international students would be interested in going there. You see that when I changed the connecting words, I also changed which clause comes first. So this part of the sentence is about French universities having English language courses, which is the second part in the original. And again, the ending clause here corresponds to the first clause in the original. So using different connecting words also often requires us to use the other strategy of choosing a new subject and a new word order. Okay, let me just make one important point when you paraphrase. When you paraphrase, here's something you should not change. Don't change proper nouns or key words. These are words that there are no synonyms for them. And if we change those words, we will have a problem with our paraphrase. It will be very confusing. Okay, so if we look at the original sentence, if one takes a look at the European Union, there is no doubt that since the addition of 10 new member states in 2004, French has lost its appeal. Okay, the proper noun in this sentence is European Union. We cannot change this. We cannot change it to a synonym, for example, a synonym of union. Okay, if somebody told me the European merger, and I have had students do this by using the thesaurus for every word. That would not be a good sentence, okay? This is a proper noun. It's not plagiarism to keep it the same. It's logical. Another example is member states. This is what I would say is a key word or a technical term. We can't change those because it confuses the meaning of the sentence. Again, it wouldn't be considered plagiarism if you repeated those words.